Hello, beautiful beings. Happy October and happy Elfian New Year of Abundance. The Elfian New Year of Abundance is the beings of inspiration celebrating the ascension and evolution of the frequency of abundance and prosperity. Many millennia ago, the beings of inspiration noticed that abundance undergoes changes because how we see abundance in our lives, what we need from the frequency of abundance, changes as the years change. They noticed this shift happen a few months before the solar year began and a few more months before the lunar year began. So, in the modern calendar, the Elfian New Year of Abundance is, as a whole, the month of October, but we can start the celebration of the new abundance energy on October 1st, which is today. So I am very excited to recap the previous year of abundance with you, do the channeling for the new year of abundance, and kind of bring it all together and catapult us forward into this next year in reevaluating our vision boards, our manifestations, our aspirations, our dreams, and seeing if they still align with who we are now, and creating new vision boards, new manifestations, and new dreams that align with who we authentically are. So let's get started with the recap. Okay, so recap time. The previous year of abundance did do its job of laying some foundations for change. And the new energy coming forth, I can already feel it for the energy of abundance in this next year, is the winds of change. The last month and a half of the year of abundance felt like we are undergoing change and accepting things and undergoing a lot of flexibility. There was a lot of energy of flexibility in the previous year of abundance, that our abundance should be flexible, that we shouldn't try and, in a way, chokehold the source of our abundance and prosperity, as well as on a collective all level, more people starting to accept and realize that abundance isn't just financial, that there are multiple different levels of abundance. I will throw in here that I will put the link in the description below, that I did write a blog about the New Year of Abundance and different energy that has different information than this video, but does highlight, I believe it's the 7 main types of abundance, and then some different practices for connecting with abundance. So that's in the link in the description, so you can read that blog, and if you are subscribed to the email list, you will have received that blog in your inbox. If you want to sign up for the email list, you can go to the website, and I believe there are some little pop-ups for getting some coupons and discounts for things, so go and sign up that way. But redirecting back to recapping abundance, what I also noticed is that during the spring season, abundance is flourishing. I noticed that abundance, actually, we have like the abundance of laying the groundwork, abundance of time to lay the groundwork, abundance of rest, abundance of opportunity, abundance of action. So if we're following that trajectory of the seasons kind of indicating how abundance is changing in our lives, if I look at the previous year, the energy I'm seeing, obviously the fall is letting go. And I felt like last October, it was a lot of letting go. It was a lot of releasing of imprints and ley lines, and starting to step into something new. When you go to the winter season, I noticed that there was like more of an abundance of rest. If you look at how the weather acted this previous winter season, there was an abundance of rest. There was opportunities to kind of go in and rest and relax, not just rest in the sense of resting and sleeping, but I noticed like rest in connections. Like we were able to, for a few brief moments in the winter season, I noticed have those breaths of fresh air. That is one theme I noticed, is the seeking of serenity in the previous year of abundance, and that's going to bring us forward into the next year of abundance, is that seeking of serenity. The word serenity was used so much during the winter season and was brought to my attention that that energy is still influencing us, that seeking of serenity and that seeking of divine tranquility. During the period of the blooming, the period of the spring, there was a lot of seeking of knowledge and connecting to ancient wisdom. And that was a theme that carried from the previous year of abundance, is we are constantly seeking this higher understanding, but learning to balance that with being okay with the unknown. Because while we are still seeking knowledge and wisdom and we want to absorb and know everything, it's that balance between seeking knowledge and the unknown that showed and reared its head in the spring season and at the end of summer. That same theme of balancing the seeking of knowledge and being okay with the unknown. In the summer season, the action that was taught to us was the action of flexibility, was the action of letting go of stubbornness and being flexible with what's going on and allowing yourself to accept the divine timing of the universe. Acceptance of how things are going with the flow, and allowing yourself to accept what the universe wants to give to you, not what you think you want to force to work for you given the circumstances you have. Believing that you are worthy of bigger and better. Believing you're worthy of bigger and better. That is the mantra of the previous year, carrying us forth into this next year. Believing that we are worthy of bigger and better. We are worthy of peace. We are worthy of serenity. We are worthy of divine tranquility. We are worthy of love. We are worthy of bigger and better. Believing we are worthy of bigger and better. And I want you to take that mantra with you into this new year of abundance, believing you are worthy of bigger and better. Because if there's anything I learned from the previous year of abundance, is that even when you experience rejection and heartbreak and all of these things, it catapults you into something bigger and better. You put yourself in those circumstances that you knew in the end were going to hurt you, but you did it anyway because you thought you didn't deserve more. But you are worthy of bigger and better, and you do deserve more. So allow yourself to be open to the new doors of possibility and opportunity that allow that bigger and better to find you. We are worthy of bigger and better. So take that with you into this new year of abundance, and take that open mindset of we are worthy of bigger and better into the channeling for the new year of abundance, because I'm feeling the messages are wanting to come forth. So I'm going to let the beings of inspiration come through our Elfian friends to educate us on this new year of abundance and give us some guidance. Earthian Elfian Elementals of the trees are gonna educate us on the new year of abundance. So I'm gonna allow a divine feminine Earthian Elfian Elemental of the trees to step forth and guide us into this new year of abundance. When I've safely stepped back, you may step forth. Hello, beautiful souls. I am a divine feminine elemental of the trees, Earthian Elfian Elemental of the trees to be exact. I work with many different types of trees, specifically sycamore trees and oak trees. The frequency of the trees, and the trees would like to deliver messages in regards to abundance and the shift of abundance and change. So the trees want to indicate to look at their cycle of life. That in every cycle of life there is an abundance, and even the absence of things that is still in abundance. That for lots of trees, they have the abundance of shedding leaves, then the abundance of being bare, that absence of things, that peaceful serenity of nothing, of stillness. That abundance of stillness and peace is so needed in your busy world, to take time to allow yourself to be still and at peace, to allow your mind to stop racing, your hearts to calm down and be still as a tree with no leaves, ready for the spring season to bring the abundance of blooming and blossoming and flowering and growing and evolving in different ways. And as you move into the summer season, it's that deep green. It's that full abundanceness, and that cycle doesn't necessarily mean you're going through that in the earthly seasons, but those seasons of change, that cycle of change that you go through every year, even if it's not in alignment with how the earthly seasons are going, you're still going through it. So allowing yourself to be okay and accept the abundance of letting go of things. I think abundance means it means a lot of things. And in a way it does. But it's also that stillness and that peace of letting go. Allow yourself to let go and ride the waves of change. And that feels like a repetitive message, but it's because it's what's most needed for the collective all at this time. Allow yourself to understand that abundance can also be the absence of things. It's the stillness. And there can be a lot of prosperity in the stillness. There's nothing more productive than rest. Your physical body needs to work. Needs to be in alignment with the rest so you can be one whole. We talk about the different body systems and bringing them into alignment and understanding when they're out of balance, but when they're in alignment, you are one whole person. Now, you have the emotional body, the mental body, the physical body, the spiritual body, the Akashic body, where the inner child is. That's the way of labeling to know when you were knocked out of alignment, where you can find that disbalance. But you're still one whole person. You're still one whole soul. With a mind, with a heart, with a body, with a soul, with a past, the present, with a future. So the key of understanding and why it's important to understand those body systems and who you are is to inevitably reach that wholeness and oneness and unity with self and source. And that energy is shown in this next year of abundance. Now, there's a lot of fear there's the negative abundance, there's an abundance of fear being created. The earth feels it. Nature feels it. The trees feel it. The animals feel it. That there is a lot of manufactured fear and manufactured division going on. And it's time to rise above it. Feel the feeling. Understand it, transmute it. So allow yourself to understand what you're feeling in regards to these fear energies that are being created, and to these stressors and these anxiety-driven things. Allow yourself to understand how you're feeling in regards to this. Feel the feeling, acknowledge it, let it go. Understand what it's trying to tell you, and transmute it into something new. Changing the fear and transmuting it into love. Taking that energy that you've created when you're in a state of fear, and changing it into love. Choosing love. So I'm going to turn all this energy, and I'm going to shift it and shift it and shift it and transmute it using the violet flame, transmute it using the flame of truth, transmute it into love, divine love. And now I'm going to ask for more divine love to flow through me, choosing divine love. There is an infinite amount. There's an abundance of divine love. There's enough to go around. There's an abundance of angels. There's enough to go around. There's an abundance of source attention. There's enough to go around. Source, Creator, God, He's going to have enough time to reach all of you, to help all of you, because they're infinite, and they flow. And allow yourself to understand that abundance exists in every realm of being and every realm of thinking. I know there are some souls who feel like they don't want to trouble the higher beings with their problems, with their needs, with their wants, with their hopes, with their fears. Oh, I don't want to take it away from someone else. There's an abundance to go around, and you're all worthy of it. An abundance of worthiness. Worthiness. You're all capable of change, but remember what the real battle is. Because in the same way that abundance exists in more realms than just the physical, you have to remember, it's not the physical world that you're fighting for, it's the soul. So all of these struggles and battles and fighting over being accepted, inequality and rights, all of these things, maybe forgetting you're all human. You all have a soul. And the real primary focus should be realigning with soul and source, embracing authenticity, and creating unity, not division. We understand the need for humans to label everything. That's why we come forth and give ourselves a name, because it makes more sense. But ultimately, we're all aspects of the Creator. We're His inspiration, His hope, if you look at the Fae, His truth, if you look at the Phoenix, His knowledge, if you look at the dragon. We are that, coming forth with a name and an image that you can understand. We are energy like you. We are souls like you. And we are part of the Creator, the ultimate Creator like you. The difference is you're also from Source and the guardian of life. The difference is that you're not necessarily the Creator's life. That would be your source and the guardian of life. But you are the life the Creator created. You are life. So an abundance of life is you. And in the world that you live in, you're experiencing life. You're living every day in a new way. You're experiencing life. And all its ups and downs, because that's what you chose. That's not just what you chose, that's what you were made for. Because you are beings of life. You are the very essence of life. You create life. But in the polarity, you also destroy life. Not you as an individual, but as humans. You remember that not only are you life, but you're also here to protect life, because you understand life. You are one with the guardian of life because you guardian over life. So allow yourself to understand that all of these different things, all of these different aspects of life come down to one thing: the need to feel accepted. The need for belonging. And ultimately oneness. When you're seeking oneness, embrace your authenticity and find the like-minded communities that allow you to be in your spiritual truth. And ultimately, oneness. Thank you all. Thank you, Elementals of the Trees. That was their final message. And I saw a lot of visuals, but more feeling almost like other living, breathing things. Like the trees and the animals, the wind and the seas and the mountains and all of these other living energies are feeling this neglect because we are getting so distracted in our own material world that we're not acknowledging the bountiful energy around us. And sometimes we acknowledge it, but do we take advantage of it? And I kept seeing the visual of the, I can't remember the story name. It's the one, I think it's the one where the boy He keeps going to the tree for apples. And he takes and he takes, and he takes and he takes from the tree. And the tree eventually is nothing more than a stump and keeps giving and giving, and he keeps taking and taking. I wish I could remember the name, but I saw the illustrations and the image of that book from when we were kids. And it's almost like it was telling us exactly what we're inevitably going to end up doing. And it's important that when allowing abundance to flow, we must also contribute to it. And so sometimes we're going to be the ones giving, an abundance of giving, so that someone else can receive, because we can't allow abundance to find us if we don't give too. But we don't want to give all of ourselves and lose who we are. We have to remember we're also worthy to receive. We don't want to take and take and take and not think that we're supposed to give. It's that balance of giving and receiving that also came through loud and clear last year to me from the trees. And I forgot that. Last year, and the last year of abundance, that message of balancing our giving and receiving came through. And I feel it coming through again, because we're still learning. But to allow abundance to flow within you, sometimes you have to give. And give without expectation for receiving, just contributing to the flow of abundance to reach other people who need it. So that way you're allowing that relationship of abundance to flow when you need it. And that kind of feels like the concluding, overall concluding message of this New Year of Abundance video, this Inspired Awakening New Year of Abundance 2024. Next, you can expect a few mini-series that I am going to be creating with the frequency of inspiration, the beings of inspiration, and the eternal loving friends beyond the veil that we have. A few different mini-series to allow an abundance of the spreading of knowledge, and also the understanding of being a being of life, which is what we are, and seeing that very clearly, that like all of these things going on, you know, we're in a way, we're in alignment with who we are because we are creating life, but are we falling in the polarity, that duality of life? Are we doing the positive aspect or the negative? And it's time to choose the positive aspect over the negative, because the negative is the experimentation. The negative is what caused the fall of Atlantis, because we experimented with life in a way we weren't supposed to. We are beings of life, but we shouldn't be playing God. We are here to be life, to create life, to, in a way, be a guardian of life. But eliminating life where it's supposed to exist, that is a trauma wound on all of us. All of us. And that's mainly in regards to a lot of animals that wouldn't be extinct without human intervention. And maybe in the end-all be-all story, that's what was supposed to happen. Maybe that's what was meant to happen. But there is this trauma wound on us all of maybe not being proper guardians of life. So it's time we heal that, and we forgive and accept ourselves on a collective humanity. And if all of humanity isn't going to do it, then you can do it in yourself and contribute to the collective healing. So I wish you a bountiful, prosperous New Year of abundance, sending you love, light, and inspiration. Stay inspired.